Good morning, everyone. How are you? This is Mr. Argueta coming to you week number 4 for our Intro to Business Summer class. Just wanted to get this video out to you. I see most of you have already jumped on board with the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, so I appreciate that. Thank you for going into that. I think this is a great conversation to have, especially in management and business. The absolute desire to do something, the need to do something, the motivation behind our needs. A lot of times when I do this class in a corporate setting, I'll go around the table in a corporate training environment, and I'll say, why do you come to work here? And depending on what you do, sometimes people will be like, I like my job, I like what I do, but at the end of the day, there is a need, something that brings us to the point of actually taking action of it. Some of you, I would argue, are here in school or finishing your degrees because you have a need to improve your life, to make it better, for your children, for your family, for whatever it is, for yourselves, to have a better future for the people that you love. So I think it's super important for us to understand this concept in management, especially so we can help others sort of reach and accomplish their goals by utilizing, why is it that we do what we do? I would say in my own personal life, I love what I do. I enjoy teaching. I enjoy getting to know people like yourselves. I enjoy being a part of this journey with you. It's a fulfilling role, it's a fulfilling, I would say, a position of privilege to be able to be a part of your journey. And a lot of times I get to see you guys graduate, and I go to your graduations here, and I've been invited to a lot of my students' future graduations when they get their undergraduate and when they go to their master's. So it's a very privileged seat that I get to enjoy this process with you. So I'm excited to read your discussions. As you know, in Intro to Business, we do not have a midterm, but we do have a final, so make sure you're preparing for that. The final is going to be 40 minutes long. It's going to have 40 questions you already know. That is in another 3 weeks from this week. So at the end of this week, we have week 5, we have week 6, and then week 7 is our final week. So we're pretty much over the midpoint, so we're coming sort of downhill. It's going to go really, really fast. You will have a discussion, of course, this week, next week, and the following week, and then week 7, you will not have a discussion. Now, that said, I also want to give you guys some good news. As most of you who have been in my class already know, I try to be as fair as possible with all my students regarding the late assignments. I do not accept late assignments. You know that. But on the other side, what I do to compensate for that is I will drop, and in your case, I'm going to drop 3 homework, or a combination of the lowest grades of your homework and your quizzes. So 3 grades will be knocked off, and I'm going to give you 2 Learn Smarts. So essentially, you're going to be granted about almost a week worth of work. So that's a lot when you really think about it, considering that this is a very expedited course. I think it would help you. And like I said, I don't like to be the person that says, well, this person deserves an extension and that person doesn't. So across the board, I'm going to drop 3 of your lowest grades when it comes to your quizzes and your homework assignments, and then 2 of your Learn Smarts. So that's basically 5 grades that are the lowest grades are going to be. So it should help everybody across the board. It should bump up the entire class. So if you have questions, let me know. You don't have to tell me which is your lowest grade. I'm just going to enter in the system to look for your lowest grades and drop them, and it will automatically do that. As soon as this video is done, I will make that happen for you. Other than that, we got a few more weeks, guys. Hang in there. We're almost done with the summer. Monday, June 10th, is the opening of our fall registration. So I do want to mention, I will be sending eventually an email for those that need advisement. Now, advisement is different than registration. So understand that advisement is for people who are completely lost and don't know what they're doing here. And by that meaning, registration falls on your end of the responsibility. This is your process. We're here to help you through the journey, not to do it for you. So if you have not been familiarize yourself with my GNTC and DegreeWorks, I encourage you to do that. Go and see what classes you're missing. Now, you can schedule an appointment with an advisor and say, I'm looking at these classes, what's your thoughts? But don't depend on your advisor to make that decision for you. That falls on your side of it. We're advising you through the journey. We're not here just to enter numbers into the computer for you. That's something that you can do on your own. You can self-register on June 10th. Now, if you want someone to take a look and make sure that everything's up to par and you're not doing anything, then feel free to email us and say, hey, can you just make sure I did this right? No problem. But I will be sending out an email with the links. I will also forewarn you that we are 3 advisors in the business management program, which is a pretty large program. Time with us is very scarce, so make sure if you really need advisement, you get that appointment right away. We break up our students by campus regions. So if you're in the Polk County and in the Floyd County campus, or I know that you guys are online, but if those are the campuses nearest your home, the advisor there will be Dr. Kinnebrew. She'll be able to advise you if you need advisement. If you're in the Calhoun and Dalton or Gordon County and Whitfield-Murray County campuses, that would be my region. I will be your advisor. If you are in the Catoosa and Walker County regions, that will be Miss Castile, and she'll be your advisor. So I would encourage you, highly encourage you, to get to know your advisors, because eventually you're going to need a letter of recommendation. Now, my rule of thumb is, if you're looking for a letter of recommendation from me, then I should know who you are. So please make sure you take time to get to know your advisors. Letter recommendations from your previous instructors really play a big role, especially when you're moving on to your next portion of your career or your next schooling, your next option for school. So as I mentioned, I've mentioned this before, I will be July will be very, very limited time for me, and August will be very limited time for me. I'll be traveling most of those 2 months, so I'm going to have a very short pocket of open appointments. So if you need me, please reach out to me as soon as possible, because I'm forewarning you, my schedule will be very full, as will the other advisors in our program. So let me recap here. I'm sorry. It's just to make sure we're on the same page. I will eventually send out an email. I can't promise that right away, but I will send out an email with everyone's calendars. I highly encourage you to self-register. If you need someone to double check it, email your advisor and say, can you double check this? I've registered. Early registration for fall will start on the 10th of this month. If you need help and you need someone to take a look at something, please just, like I said, reach out to one of us. We'll be more than happy to help you. Other than that, we're almost at the end of the semester. It's encouraging to see you guys almost done, and then we can move on to the next portion of this. And some of you, you're getting closer and closer to graduation. So let me know how I can help. If not, have a great week, guys. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.